Thank you, Madam Chair, members. So I am just so thrilled to bring this bipartisan bill to our committee. Minnesota Energy Alley is about developing a kind of Silicon Valley of clean energy in Minnesota. We are leading in deploying clean energy in Minnesota, so let's capitalize on that to create an energy innovation ecosystem here. In what is probably one of the most exciting and fastest growing and largest global markets of the 21st century. This can be a huge jobs and investment engine for Minnesota. And I think this effort can and should be a poster child for a private-public partnership. 2 years ago, I'd like to congratulate this committee. We invested $3 million in this effort, and it's working. It's working to help exciting new clean energy technologies scale. It's working to attract outside money to the participants and to the effort, and it's on the path to being self-funded in the next few years. As anyone involved with startups knows, it takes some time to scale. I am so impressed with the progress Energy Alley has made to scale and get to self-sufficiency. They're asking for $5 million, and I think this is a great investment. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my testifiers to tell the story far better than I could.
Great. First, we have Gregg Mast, the Energy Economy. Oops, I have to turn the mic on. Sorry about that. First, we have Gregg Mast with Clean Energy Economy Minnesota, Executive Director. Welcome to the committee, Mr. Mast. Please go ahead and introduce yourself for the record and go ahead and proceed.
All right. Good afternoon, Madam Chair and Co-Chair Swedzinski, as well as members of the committee. My name is Gregg Mast, and I am the Executive Director of Clean Energy Economy Minnesota, or CEEM as we are known. We are an industry-led, nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that works alongside our 80-plus clean energy business members to grow jobs and expand market opportunities to accelerate the state's transition to a safe, reliable, and affordable energy future. I'm going to keep my testimony brief so that you can hear from our other testifiers that are so critical to advancing the Minnesota Energy Alley initiative. However, I wanted to thank Representative Kraft for once again bringing this bill forward as chief author, and I would also like to thank several committee members who are also co-authors on this bipartisan bill. Thank you, Chair Acom. Thank you, Representative Jones, and then also I believe Representative Igo. I don't see him in the room, but thank you, Representative Igo, for being co-authors. CEEM is thrilled to spearhead this public-private partnership along with Grid Catalyst and the Minnesota Department of Commerce. CEEM's primary role is to ensure strategic implementation and execution of the initiative's programs. This includes directly supporting demonstration projects with seed funding that is so vital for startups, their local project partners, and host communities as they work to commercialize these promising energy technologies. As you will hear shortly, the Minnesota Energy Alley Initiative is already delivering measurable, real-world results as we efficiently and effectively deploy the $3 million appropriation from the 2023 legislation. In closing, we are confident that this bill, as amended, will build and expand on the program's early success in supporting and nurturing startup businesses and will further strengthen our energy system and our economy. Thank you for your consideration of House File 1013 as amended, and I ask for your support as discussions regarding the Renewable Development Account and appropriations continue this session. I really appreciate the opportunity to testify, and I'm happy to take any questions, so I'll stick around to be available.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Mast. Next on our list of testifiers, we have Nina Axelson, Grid Catalyst President and Founder. Welcome to committee. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. And are you guys going to testify together, present together?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, Mr. Burney, Chief Financial Officer from Flow Environmental Systems. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves for the record and proceed.
Thank you and good afternoon, Chair Acom and Chair Swedzinski, committee members, and our co-authors of this bill. It's my privilege to be with you today. I'm Nina Axelson. I'm the president of Grid Catalyst. We're a Minnesota-based accelerator for energy startups. 2 years ago, we came before this committee to share a vision for what Minnesota Energy Alley could deliver for our state alongside our partners at Clean Energy Economy Minnesota. And I'm proud to return to this committee to share tremendous early results and traction. To date, we have supported over 20 Minnesota-based businesses in advancing their technologies toward commercialization. a hard path, as Representative Kraft already shared. 8 earlier stage Minnesota startups are in our Power North incubator. 5 Minnesota startups have participated in our demonstration program, including Flow, with pilots funded through Minnesota Energy Alley alongside 6 companies that we have attracted to Minnesota through the program. All projects are mobilized here with local partners, including the Grand Rapids Public Utilities, Minnesota Power for a battery pilot in Long Prairie, a high-efficiency motor making beer more efficient at Summit Brewing, a data center cooling project in St. Cloud, obviously a hot topic, hosted by the Alexandria-based Voltus in partnership with the Rochester-based Liquid Cool Solutions, so really running across the state. And as I mentioned, speaking today, Flow Environmental Systems, they'll be demonstrating their heat pump technology at the local 455 steam fitters and pipe fitters training facility here in St. Paul. The investment into this initiative has already paid returns to Minnesota, with over $9 million attracted in public and private funding from our Minnesota cohort companies since 2024. In total, we have invested just over $1 million in all the pilots, attracting over $11 million total in what we call follow-on funding or public and private investment. This doubles our initial goal of attracting $5 million through the program. We have built incredible momentum in a very short time. We are leveraging national partnerships and building out future opportunities for the cohorts in building science, advanced manufacturing and fuels, and other topics that we know are key to Minnesota. We are confident that a second round of investment from the state will be key to long-term success without additional state funds. I'm a proud Minnesotan, so I'm just beaming usually when I talk about this program and what we've been able to accomplish. It's been an honor to represent our state in this work. Other states, as well as international partners, are asking, how do we do this? How do we replicate where Minnesota is leading? And programs across the country are sending their startups here to commercialize their technology, putting us in an incredible position for economic development and as an energy innovation leader. I'd happily take any questions you might have about Minnesota Energy Alley, the work we're doing, or the great startups that are making Minnesota a great place for energy innovation.
Thank you, Ms. Axelson. Mr. Burney, would you like to proceed?
Good afternoon, Chairs Acom, Swedzinski, and committee members. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Navaid Burney. I'm a co-founder of Flow Environmental Systems and the Chief Financial Officer. Flow Environmental Systems is a Minnesota-based energy business located in Rogers. After 3 years in development, Flow is on the cusp of delivering a Minnesota-made commercial heat pump to building owners worldwide, starting with a demonstration project here in St. Paul. We hold patents and IP that make our CO2 heat pumps incredibly energy efficient, even at ultra-low temperatures, while avoiding the use of synthetic refrigerants that contain forever chemicals. This heat pump can replace standard heating and cooling systems, thereby eliminating the need for chillers, cooling towers, boilers, coolers, freezers. As such, it is compelling, both as advanced engineering, providing a simple mechanical room in a box, and as value for money over its unequal 30-year life. As we look at the coming year, Flow is excited to see our first installations become operational, including the project planned for the local 455 training facility. People often underestimate how hard it is for startups to secure their first customers if they can't point to a tangible demonstration that their technology works and can thrive in real-world conditions. It is known as the commercialization valley of death for a reason. Even with the brightest team and best technologies, the step is still critical to market traction scaling, and in our case, building manufacturing capabilities right here in Minnesota. And the demonstration step is even more important in mission-critical applications like heating and cooling in the built environment. This is why we're so grateful to Minnesota Energy Alley Initiative for its crucial support at exactly the right time in our technology and business development. With the initiative's support and the guidance from the teams at Grid Catalyst at CEEM, we will mobilize our pilot this spring and have a fully working heat pump installed by this summer. It will be a showcase for what's possible, a place to bring future customers and a training ground for the next generation of workforce that masters cutting-edge HVAC technology. We're incredibly grateful to the state of Minnesota for giving us this pathway to success, to build and grow from our Minnesota home base. We know flow can be a tremendous success story for Minnesota innovation and economic development. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Burney. I want to thank all of our testifiers today. Having had the privilege of touring at Flow and going to see other great local businesses, the electrolyzers up in, wherever. I'm forgetting exactly where they were located, but CEEM has provided some great opportunities to see some of the really great work that's being done here in Minnesota. So thank you for that. Any questions from members? Or maybe I could, any questions from members? Yes, Mr. Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just have a comment. One of our testifiers wasn't able to get his testimony in on time. We sent it in about 9:35, and it was said it would make it, but it didn't. So I just wanted to mention it. So this is Mr. Tom Nelson. He's the producer of Climate, the movie. He's done 143 podcasts talking about climate in detail.
Okay.
He's also created this documentary which highlights conversations of leading client scientists with a different take. And so I'd just like you to let you know that letter is available through our CAs. And please take time to review his letter. So thank you.
And thank you, Representative Murphy. That letter was posted on the website, and so it is available electronically. It had just missed the print deadline. So
Sounds
thank
great.
you for
Thank you.
Highlighting that. Any questions or comments? Representative Jones.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Representative Kraft, for bringing this bill. I just want to comment about how much I love this. Obviously, I'm already a co-author on this, but I want to commend Ms. Axelson for all the work on this. I mean, just the return on investment that this has given Minnesota alone speaks for itself, but just the way that you talk about this and the energy and the enthusiasm, like, you have made this a success, and the team that you've been able to build, and obviously all the projects that are currently also just kind of speaking for themselves. And it's so exciting to tour the heat pump demonstration project, and so I'm excited to tour more of them because this is exactly what we want in Minnesota.
Thank you.
There wasn't a question there. I don't know if anyone wanted to respond at the testifier table. Representative Kraft? No? No.
I will just say thank you, Representative Jones, obviously with your previous work in looking at other efficiency technology from your previous organization, but the excitement is very genuine. We just really believe this is the place where this technology can thrive and be great for our local economies and communities. Thank you.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any other questions or comments. Any closing remarks? Representative Kraft.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. And what I would say is, you look through some of this stuff, and it's super exciting. And I got to tell you, Representative Murphy, whether or not it's a climate-related investment, these are really exciting investments in clean energy that I hope we can all get behind. I didn't mention climate at all in this discussion. This is the technology of the 21st century that's happening regardless of what we think about climate or not, and this is a way for Minnesota to lead and participate and generate jobs and just do great stuff. So I really hope that this can have bipartisan support because it's just good business.
And with that, House File 1013 is laid over. Thank you. And